Looking at the final numbers, CSU actually had more total yards. In fact, it was the least productive game of the season offensively for the Bears. Javid Best with 85 yards on the ground before leaving with an injury. Shane Vereen added 75. Kevin Riley just 6 of 13, while Nate Longshore completed 9 of 13 for 100 yards and 2 scores. The Bears +1 in the turnover category, losing 2 fumbles but intercepting 3 passes. One of them returned for a touchdown. In fact, the big stat was return yards. Counting punt returns, kickoff returns, and yards after interceptions, the Bears accumulated a whopping 300 yards in the return game, including 2 special teams touchdowns. Next up, Arizona State, the rematch of last year's 31-20 come-from-behind victory by the Devils in the desert. Welcome back. We will talk about ASU in a minute, but as we look ahead, a lot of people looking behind, and the word out earlier this week regarding Javid Best, but just let us know what happened to him and what the prognosis is for Javid.
Well, he dislocated his left elbow. He got his legs cut out from under him, and as he put his hand down, his elbow popped out, and they put it back right on the spot. The Colorado State doctor saw it right away immediately, went out and got it put back in. And so we needed, the x-rays were negative at the game, no fracture there, which we were thankful of that. And then the MRI determined that he obviously did do some damage to the capsule in his elbow, but it doesn't require surgery. So it's going to be rehab, and hopefully he's back for the Arizona game.
Well, that's good news in that regard, that he can come back this season. Now, Arizona State, a team picked by many. In fact, in the preseason Pac-10 poll, number 2 in the league. They returned as co-Pac-10 champions last year with USC. They got a good team, obviously. Rudy Carpenter, their quarterback, is a 4-year starter, making his 36th consecutive start. I guess it starts with him because he seems to be the heart and the soul of their team.
Yeah, he's a real strong competitor. He's been in a lot of battles and has great experience and great talent, and he's got a good group of people around him, and I think the team does feed off of him. I mean, he's a guy who makes plays, throws people off, and does certain things, makes plays, throws, scrambles. You know, it's really hard to control him, and so hopefully we can do a good job of keeping him in the pocket and not allowing him to make too many plays.
Yeah, the tough guy last year was sacked 55 times and yet played every game last year. They also have one of the great weapons in the country, and that would be Thomas Weber, the defending Lou Groza Award winner. Tell us about their defense. You look at the Dexter Davis, defensive end, has 20 career sacks, has 4 already this year, and the kind of havoc they try to play with you.
Yeah, they do a nice job. They play really hard. There's one thing that's evident is they get after it. You know, the backers play downhill really hard. The defensive linemen fly around. Really good secondary, good cover guys. So they're very solid. There's no question about it. And so they're going to pose some problems. There's no question. And so we're going to have to do a good job of protecting the passer, but it's really, really important that we establish a run game.
And it's also important to establish a home field advantage, and that comes with a lot of fans coming out to the game. We had 63,000 plus for Colorado State. And I know you're hoping for a type of atmosphere we've seen in the past against the likes of Tennessee, Oregon, and so forth.
Yeah, I would really encourage the fans to come out and really provide that environment for us. Memorial Stadium is an awesome place. Our fans do a great job. It's really critical this week that they're on top of their games, that they get there on time. Last year we went to Arizona State, and they made it very difficult on us, so I think we need to repay the favor.
All righty, at 12:30 kickoff, so no excuses. Get up, you have your morning coffee, maybe do a little soccer action, whatever. Get to the ball game, make a lot of noise, and have some fun. Good luck this week, Coach.
Thank you.
All righty, head coach Jeff Tedford. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and look ahead to next week's show.